Yeah. All right. What's your favorite pass rush move you think about?
Definitely double swipe.
Double swipe? Going back and watching your film, when I watched in the summer, one game that stood out to me was the Georgia game from last year, where you played a significant role in run defense. Is there another game that really stood out to you in your career where you think that that's one of your best games you played?
Definitely the Georgia game, but just like it was like a 3-game stretch. Furman, Georgia, then Mississippi State were like 3 games in a row that last season where I kind of felt like I belonged.
And what are you hoping NFL teams will take away from your game this week at the Senior Bowl?
This is a player who can come in right away and help us. He's disruptive. He's also productive, smart player. Learns the playbook easily, and just come in and be an impact player right away.
So you play with a lot of other future NFL guys along the defensive line. Tonka's not here, but he's killing it at the Shrine Bowl. Kyle Kennard.
No doubt.
Yeah. What's it like getting to work with those guys day in and day out throughout the course of the season?
Well, for one, Tonka should be here. I just want to throw that out there. And just having those two guys around me, even Dylan, just pushing each other every day to make each other better, having friendly competition, before games, saying like who's going to start us off today, who's going to take the game over today. And just having guys like that to push you, make you want to continue to get better.
How do you bond with a guy like a team like that? You have so much talented players. How do you bond as a defensive line in a group like South Carolina?
Just off the field things, that brotherhood. On the field we're tight, but off the field where all of that starts. Being able to talk to each other, call each other about anything. Whether it's Cal has a family, whether we're trying to help him out if he ever needs it. Dylan, young freshman, coming into a new world like the SEC is to be tough. And just having us around, help him, make him a better player every day is just something we all look forward to doing.
What was it like to beat Clemson this past year?
It was my second time beating them, and it felt great, honestly. The rivalry games are always the best games, and just knowing both teams don't want to lose, and we're both playing for something bigger than ourselves.
You get the call, you get the invitation telling you you're coming to Mobile. What was it like knowing that you had a chance to come down here and compete?
It's just exciting. I'm a firm believer that competition is what drives any player to become a better version of himself. And just coming out here going against some of the best players in the world, it's been good for me.
Has anyone stood out so far as a particularly difficult opponent through 2 days? No? Dylan? What about on your unit here down at Senior Bowl? How have you guys bonded as a defensive line during the brief period you've known each other and been together?
Just joking with each other, laughing, getting to know each other, asking some people that we didn't know, or their names, where they're from, those things like that, friendly competition things like, how many sacks do you have, or I have more sacks than you, or, just jokingly things that, get brothers, tighter.
All right, one final question. What do you enjoy more, a big stop in the run game or a sack?
Depends on the time of the